Chris was such a shining beacon of positivity in this community. He's one of the first people I connected with on YouTube. He was so supportive of my content, of my channel. We started our channels around the same time, and I felt like we were in it together. I felt like I could ask Chris questions. He felt like he could ask me questions. We really felt we'd started this journey at the same time, and I felt connected to him. Brothers in arms, almost. I'm proud to be able to say that he was my friend. When I started my YouTube channel, the last thing I ever thought is that I would make friends with people. But I can truly say that with Chris, I made a good friend, and it's the first person I can call a friend who I've never met in person. But from his comments on my videos and other people's videos, from the live videos that he did, from the private interactions we had on Instagram and on Facebook, I could get a sense that he was a pretty amazing person. He was a great presence on long established channels. He was very positive on younger channels than his own, even though his own channel was still young, and even though he was still learning and still figuring out how best to put his content out there. He was always willing to help people just starting out, because he would have known what that felt like to start a channel, the work that goes into it, the time, the thought, and he wanted to pass that knowledge on to other people. Chris and I were due to collaborate on a video in a couple of weeks when I was back from my holiday where I am now, and I'd already filmed some footage for that video, and it was going to be something pretty special. It was going to be something that hadn't been seen on YouTube before. We wanted it to be different, we wanted it to be fun, informative, and we wanted it to wow people. And we'd been discussing fragrances that we could potentially review in this collaboration video. So even just a couple of days ago, we were having a conversation about which new scents were coming out and potentially which ones we could review. So to wake up to the news this morning that he's no longer with us was a pretty big blow. Unfortunately, our collaboration video will never be seen. It's something that will be forever lost. And I feel saddened that I didn't get a chance to collaborate with Chris, because he was someone that I really wanted to make a video with. And sadly that won't happen, but I feel like Chris's soul is still somewhere around us, around here, around FRAG-MENTAL. I feel like he's watching me filming this right now, smiling down. I feel like he's here with me, with us, amongst us. So in a way, this is my collaboration with Chris, with Mr. Sillage. What else can I say? I'm lost for words, really. I just want to celebrate how much of a great person he was. And there's a lot of negativity in the world and on YouTube, but Chris was positive through and through. He was always positive. I don't think I ever heard him say a bad word about anyone or anything negative. He was one of these people that just exuded positivity, and that's pretty special in a person. All people aren't like that, but Chris was. So it's such a loss to us all. The last video I made for Chris on my channel was to celebrate him hitting 1,000 subscribers, which I know he always talked about the fact that he didn't mind whether his channel was big or small, and he was doing it for the passion. But I knew that when he hit 1,000 subscribers, he would have been pretty ecstatic about that. He would have been pretty over the moon. Something that I didn't get a chance to talk to Chris about was a comment that he made. I can't remember if it was YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, but he made a comment that his YouTube channel wasn't driven by the love of fragrances. That was a catalyst. His channel was driven by the love of making people smile, and he did. His creativity was just second to none. His regular reviews, the comedy pictures with his note breakdowns, his totally wrong reviews, sinister sillage, one of the most creative guys working on a fragrance review YouTube channel, and his channel was really going places, and I know he had a lot of love for his channel. A lot of big people in the community, a lot of long established reviewers really latched onto Chris's channel because they saw how much of a positive person he was. When I made that video to celebrate Chris hitting 1,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel, I toasted his success by spraying Angel Men Pure Malt. So I'm going to do the same today. This will be my scent of the day in memory of Chris. And I know Chris is out there somewhere, so here's a few sprays for you, Chris. And I'm just going to finish by saying to you, Chris, as always, and most importantly, go frag yourself.